free swimmers, I dump them in. I don't feed them while they're in there. As soon as this hit this tank, you want to feed them crushed pellets, grinded down pellets, really grinded down. 2 to 3 pinches a day, and just let them.
So then it's the same food as you give the adults, but this is grounded and crushed.
I got it actually over here, and what I use is koi pond food.
Okay.
And so this would be, I use a medium-sized pellet, and then I crush it. And that's what I feed the babies, and this is what I feed the grown-ups, and I feed these ones to the ponds outside.
Yeah.
So,
How do we get the lighting first, remember? Okay.
So
medium-sized pellets, and then it's koi fish food, and
yes,
you
it's
ground them.
Yeah, and you want the germ wheat in it, and you want at least 35%, 34% or higher protein, and you want the shrimp protein in your food.
Now do you have this water into a purifying system so you use it again, or how many times do you have to change the water?
Okay, so I just have your regular filters on these 3 here. I don't use any of the little black powdery stuff you can put in there, or rocky stuff. That is ammonia killer, but also kills vitamins. So that's a big no-no. Basically, all I use here is there's some cheap cotton stuff. You don't want to use regular cotton. Go to the fish store and get your filter cotton. I use these balls. What holds the all the beneficial
The bacteria.
the bacteria. This holds the bacteria.
Also having the cleaner fish?
No,
No, you don't want to.
not with tilapia, because tilapia or
They're bottom feeders also.
yep, they're bottom.
Well, once
Same
you
as
start,
catfish.
once you start changing the filtration to different tanks, you will have, like, for instance, this one doesn't have anything. You want to clean it, like put the cleaner fish?
No, basically what I do is I just get this tube here. You want to keep it as simple as possible.
Okay.
So you keep this, you get a tube, and I just suck all the stuff out of the bottom, and I suck about 10% a week out, and then put 10% back in of purified water. Which I use this stuff here. This is the best stuff right here.
Aqua Safe Plus.
Yep. It's your monthly maintenance. I do weekly maintenance because they're breeders.
So
and they're babies.
that's a pH level balancer, or what? What is that?
It gets rid of all ammonias, metals, nitrite, nitrate, what's in the water before you put it in there. So you just do the quick mixture of this. Use hose water, dump the quick mixture in this, stir it up, wait about 5 minutes, dump it in your tank.
So then we have for the breeders, you have 100-gallon tanks
Yeah.
filled up to like 3/4
Yeah.
level.
Yeah, they only need 1.5 to 3 foot for breeding. That's it.
Okay. And then where you have the nursery with the little fingerlings, that's a 75-gallon tank,
Yes.
but also 3/4 filled, and the temperature and the filter and the air pump inside.
Yes, I have the heater inside, totally submerged. You want the totally submergible heaters. You have your air pumping into it. No matter if it's just an air line or if it's a additional filter, ground filter with the bubbles coming out, so they're irrigating the water.
Okay.
The waterfall effect is also irrigating the water. You want to get your sleeves like this. You can buy these at your fish stores too, or it's just knitting. That one you can see I just have like a screen on it of the filter.
Yeah, and this other
so
one?
the babies don't suck through it.
Yeah. Okay.
And then,
Now the lamps, nothing fancy. It's just a regular lamp, and that stays on 12 hours light on, and then 12 hours off.
correct. And then for the big tanks, for all the tanks, I have this little pump, which is a miniature one of the $35 pump,
Okay.
air pump, and that's irrigating everything except for one of these. One of these, all I have is your cheap $10
Pump.
pump.
Okay.
And
But
this,
if you-
it has to be running 24/7,
Okay.
the air in it.
What do you do in terms of if you get a power outage or a rolling blackout? Do you have backup battery or anything else?
I do not.
So you're just running these by the grace of God right now and hoping we don't have any rollouts.
God is good.
Okay. He's always good. Yes. So again, these are the breeding tanks.
Yes.
1 male to 3 female ratio. And if you have 5,
I have.
it's better.
Yes.
That way you will let the 2 major breeders rest, and then the others will be chasing around some of the other.
And you can see how the female's guarding.
Yeah. And I'm assuming that when you put the male to rest, it's in this area, right?
Yes.
So the male has his own little bastard pad over here.
Yep.
Once he's done with doing the work. Okay.
Yeah. And you always want a waterfall effect. As you see here.
The waterfall is up here, yeah.
Yeah. I just have your regular, like, fan. You could buy them for like 15 bucks.
Okay.
Some are more expensive, but you just want the water. Because tilapia are a tropical fish, so they actually breed when the rain hits.
Okay.
Because they love that, I guess, the sound. So if you have the sounds of the everything like
Falling water,
hitting,
uh-huh.
yeah. But you don't want it too powerful because it's gonna, the fertilization, when the male fertilizes the egg, it's gonna blow the fertilizer and it's not gonna hit the eggs. So,
How much did it cost you to do this whole setup here? Or is it within the $30,000 budget?
yeah, it was all
inclusive?
part of the $30,000 budget. I mean, I believe you could go get these tanks. I found
No, you can-
I found one on Craigslist the
Yeah,
other day.
used
for
and
$100 bucks.
yeah.
Used $100 for the whole entire setup.
I actually saw a few, like 4 months ago at a Salvation Army store
Yep.
for like 50 bucks.
Yep. It's very cheap. It's very.
Yeah. So that's why we're doing this, because we want to get all of the tips and ideas, and obviously it doesn't have to be everything brand new, because we can get everything sometimes secondhand
Yeah.
that it's
yeah.
also in good condition. So why spend more when you can do
Do
the
less.
same project with less money?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you don't want to get too typical. You get too typical and too correct, your levels are going to go sky high.
Yeah.
Like people say, "Oh, look how clear my water is." Okay, well I guarantee your chemical levels are not correct.
Not good. Yeah.
Yeah, because you want some of the green. You want some of that.
Bacteria in the
Bacteria,
glass, and
exactly.
and something that's already been gone through the process, so it has some of the growth already inside the crevices
That's
and
what
cracks.
you want to do before you just dump a bunch of fish in. I actually let these run at least 2 weeks, 3 weeks before I put any fish in it. That way it gets the bacteria that they need. Otherwise, this is too clean. It's not going to be good for the fish.
Not good environment.
Now,
Nope.
what did you make this PVC frame?
The what?
The PVC frame that I'm seeing here, for what reason is it?
Okay, so basically what I'm doing here is I'm keeping the suction and the heater away from the fish. What's going to go happen here is when they come out of there, when they're big enough, this is my tester guy. He's still a little too small because he could sneak through the cracks
Okay.
and get on the other sides. But it's going to be just a separation of male and female. That's all this is.
Oh, okay, so just different chambers for the sexes of the
Exactly.
fish. And you have just insect screen in between the little panels there?
Yeah, so everything's found at Home Depot. This is just the plastic is the lighting
For the-
cover.
Okay.
And then I just put regular screen around it and zip tied it on.
So why the actual,
Oh, this is so that the
PVC?
water doesn't, the water, he's sucking water and circulating
Actually,
water, right?
No.
Or no?
This is my pump. This is the only thing stuck in the water. This tube here.
Oh,
this
so-
is just
To hold your
to hold it in,
panels? Oh,
and I'm
okay.
able to slide it around.
Oh,
I could
okay.
put more panels in here. Like I
Yeah,
have
Oh,
over
I
here.
thought you had something going because of the holes and the
That's just a sink it.
okay.
But
Otherwise
it
it
does.
floats.
It does. You're right though. It does. It probably does help filter
Yeah.
agent. I mean, it probably all the bad stuff goes in there, and what this doesn't get.
Well,
But,
this is great info.
Yeah, you can use something as easy. My filter I have on my breeder tank is just a gravity pull tube. If you look in there, a tube in there, a clear tube in there. That's not hooked up to anything.
Okay.
That's gravity flow, sucking the water out by gravity into a trash can that has cartridges in it. What has the the sponge and the balls, and then I have a underwater water pump connected to CV piping, shooting it back into here.
Okay, and the controlling of the lighting, I see that you have a timer there, and that's where you
Yes.
control the lighting?
Yes, exactly. So that's a 12 hours on, 12 hours off. Your pump, you want to every hour you want to be able to circulate your water. So if you have a 100-gallon tank, you want to be able to circulate 100 gallons within an hour.
So Daniel, once we get our project started and set up, are you available for consulting? If I pay you the per diem and the travel and the lodging and everything, and I set you up in a
Oh, yeah.
nice hotel, and will you
Oh,
go
yeah.
down there and
I'll be more
give
than
us some
happy.
consulting
Especially if
time?
it's a nice hotel, right?
Can you give me a phone number where we can call you in case?
Yes.
What is it?
Okay, you can get me at 657-200-0179. That's my wife's. What is mine too? And then I have. So here, I don't know my.
Yeah, I do the same thing. I don't call myself often enough, so I don't know my number.
Normally we don't call each other.
Yeah, we can do that too.
Yeah, because we would like to have as much of it started ahead of time so that when you come down, you just tell us, okay, you need to change this out, drop this or put this here and there, and then just give us the final touch-ups and fine-tuning of whatever it is that we're gonna set up and hopefully get the project off the ground.
Correct. Okay, and then my direct number is 657-242-7645, and then you have my work number.
Fantastic.
Well, you can
Okay.
reach me from 8 to 12:30.
Okay, great. Okay, Dan, well, thank you very much for the tour, and this has been very educating and a lot of great tips.